who better to bring in to react to this than Mercedes Colvin, Fox News legal analyst? All right, Mercedes, first of all, can you react to Trump calling Hillary Clinton the secretary of the status quo? Because Harlan was chuckling as you said that.
I mean, it's unbelievable. And sure, because everything that she's done, we know that she had done this with this email, that she deleted 34,000 emails. Somehow, she's not being held criminally responsible. I don't understand that at all. It just irks everyone.
Okay, speaking of that, we know that we're going to hear from Loretta Lynch today. And we know that she's going to be grilled on that meeting with Hillary Clinton's husband, former President Bill Clinton. Where do you think that's going to go?
Well, isn't it always that you're hanging out in the tarmac and suddenly Bill Clinton comes, hey, great to see you. Let me show you some pictures of my grandkids. I mean, I think she's going to be grilled. I mean, it looks very suspicious.
Yeah, but you just get the feeling like, okay, she's going to be grilled, but is this going to go anywhere? Is anything going to change after hearing from her today?
Well, don't you think, I mean, at least to the American people, it seems that there are two sets of laws in this country. One that's applied to, the ruling class,
right,
people like Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton and whoever else, and people like us. And that's a dangerous precedent to set. And it's the appearance of impropriety that I think really damns Loretta Lynch.
Well, she's going to rely on what Comey said. Comey said not to bring any criminal charges. She can sit back and say, look, the FBI said no, I'm going to, and she's already said it. She said it publicly. What the FBI says, I'm going to follow.
Well, she made that statement right after the meeting to try to excuse herself from... Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, it seems like it would be so easy to get her for lying, because even Comey said that a lot of the things she said weren't true. If you think back to baseball, they went after everyone for lying about steroids. Roger Clemens.
Mitchell report.
Yes, getting Hillary Clinton on lying seems like if they want to, if they follow the law, it should be easy.
Lying to the feds is a crime in and of itself. No one's even talking about that. That's why Martha Stewart spent 18 months.
I said that for weeks and months in advance, even before she sat down with the interview of the FBI. I'm like, they could really nail her.
Oh, sure.
Assuming that she goes in and lies or repeats some of the lies that we now told to the American people.
But that's the point, is they don't want to nail her. Because if they wanted to get her, they could get her on destruction of evidence. Because there's no question.
Sure.
There's no question.
So 34,000 emails. What happened with that? 34,000 emails. That could be 34,000 counts. None of that is being talked about.
I just want to raise an issue. And this is something that Chris Stirewalt over on the Fox News channel has brought up. That in the past, in targeting the Clintons, that Republican lawmakers, who, by the way, have asked for an official probe of whether Hillary Clinton perjured herself in front of Congress, they overplay their hand, and they push it so far that she winds up looking like the victim, and she will play that extremely well. Again, that's why people still, at least some, have sympathy toward her, is because of what she had to put up with Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky, and politically, that's something that they ought to be
She's actually already said.
I don't mean Trump and Christie, but I mean the lawmakers.
She's going to raise the gender card. She's absolutely going to. Well, with this particular issue, if she starts to get targeted.
But let's talk about what may or is likely to happen today, and that is she is expected to get the Bernie Sanders endorsement. How big do you think that will be, Harlan?
Well, I think it's dubious at this point. Look, when we look at the polling, it looks like about 40 to 50% of Sanders supporters are either going to stay home, vote third party, or vote Trump. And even if, a fraction of that holds true, it's a real problem for her. I believe that most Bernie Sanders supporters that will come out and support Clinton have already registered in the polls that they would come out and support Clinton. I don't think this moves the needle.
No. Plus, they're only 18 to 21. They don't vote anyway. For the most part, they're going to stay home.
That's true.
But Donald Trump has very actively tried to court those Bernie Sanders supporters. Does this close the door on that possibility?
Oh, no. I certainly don't think it closes the door, because there are a set group in the Bernie camp that he can appeal to. And just having Bernie endorse, a Wall Street beholden warmonger like Hillary Clinton isn't going to make them change their mind. Look, we've spent decades talking about how Hillary Clinton is, a horrible representative of the Democratic Party. Why would that change?
All right, Mercedes, while you're here, I want to get to this as well, because a judge says Hillary Clinton must explain why she doesn't have to testify in a federal case about aide Huma Abedin's double-dipping job arrangement. The expected outcome of this, your thoughts?
The beauty of it is that federal judges have lifetime appointments. They have no constituents. They don't have to worry about being voted or appointed. They're lifetime appointments. When a federal judge says to someone, you're going to testify, guess what? You're going to testify. Otherwise, you're going to be held in contempt of court, and maybe then she'll spend the night in jail.
Wow.